Welcome, wanderer, to Ethirea, a land not bound by the ordinary constraints of time or space. Here, the stories of countless lives unfold like pages in a never-ending book, a world where heroes rise, where wisdom is passed down through the ages, and where the smallest decisions shape destinies far beyond imagination. In this land, there exists a simple truth that every story, no matter how grand or quiet, holds lessons for those willing to listen. And today, as you step into the Chronicles of Ethirea, I invite you to walk alongside me through the wonders and wisdom of this enchanted realm. Let me begin with the tale of a young hero named Kalen, a wanderer of sorts, much like you, who sought something that many in Ethirea have always sought: peace. But not the kind of peace you might think, with no conflict or struggle. No, Kalen's journey was about finding a deeper kind of peace, one that comes from within. You see, Kalen had been trained in the ancient arts of etheric flow, a mystical discipline that taught its practitioners how to channel the energy of the world around them. In the beginning, Kalen believed that power would bring him peace. He thought that if he could conquer every battle, every adversary, he would finally feel whole. But as he traveled through Ethirea, he encountered a wise elder, Master Seraphis, who sat silently by the river's edge, watching the current drift without resistance. Kalen, impatiently, "Master Seraphis, how can you sit so calmly while the world is in chaos? Shouldn't you be preparing for the battles ahead?" Master Seraphis, smiling softly, "Ah, young Kalen, the world will always have its storms, but peace is not found in the absence of chaos. It is found in the way we respond to it. Just as the river flows without rushing, you must learn to let life unfold without fighting against it." Kalen was puzzled. He had been trained for battle, for strength, but this felt different. Narrator. Master Seraphis taught Kalen that true strength does not lie in the force with which we meet the world, but in the stillness we cultivate within ourselves. It was not the world that needed changing, but Kalen's perception of it. Kalen learned that to find peace, he had to surrender to the present moment. Instead of fighting every wave, he had to let it pass through him. This was not weakness. It was the greatest form of strength. And so Kalen began to walk a new path, a path of mindfulness. With each step, he learned to breathe deeply, to feel the energy around him without grasping for it, and to observe without judgment. It was through this practice that he discovered the secret to mastering not just etheric flow, but his own heart. Now I ask you, dear listener, how often do we find ourselves resisting the flow of life? We fight against the small challenges, the unexpected setbacks, the moments that don't go as planned. But what if, just like Kalen, we allowed these moments to wash over us, rather than trying to control them? What if, in accepting what comes our way, we found a greater sense of peace? There is another story I wish to share, a story about a lost city, hidden deep in Etherea's jungles, shrouded in mystery. The city was known as Veridom, and it was said to hold the wisdom of the ancients, written in scrolls made of the finest silk. But no one had ever found it. The jungle was thick with thorns and shadows, and the path was elusive. One day, a curious traveler named Lyra set out in search of Veridom. For many weeks, she ventured deeper into the jungle, cutting through vines and climbing mountains. She was determined. But with each step, the path grew more tangled and the jungle more overwhelming. As Lyra sat on a rock, exhausted and frustrated, a soft voice called out to her from the shadows. It was a monk, a simple man who had lived in the jungle for years, unnoticed by the world. He watched Lyra's struggle, then spoke with quiet wisdom. "Monk, traveler, why do you seek so hard? The city you seek does not lie outside of you, but within. The scrolls you seek are not in Veridom, but in your heart. You have been so focused on the destination, you've forgotten the journey." Narrator. Lyra realized the truth in those words. The city, like many things in life, was not a place to be found, but a state of being to be understood. The real treasure was not the destination, but the transformation that had taken place within her during the journey. In Ethirea, we often think that peace or success is something we need to reach, something we need to find. But the journey itself, the process of growth, is the true gift. Life is not about getting somewhere, it's about becoming something. And that transformation happens when we are mindful, present, and open to the lessons each moment brings. I know, dear friend, that you too are on a journey. Perhaps you are seeking something, a goal, a change, an answer. But remember this, the path you walk is just as important as the destination. The struggles you face, the moments of doubt, and the simple joys are the very steps that shape you into who you are meant to become. The world, like Etherea, is vast and full of wonders, but the greatest wonder of all is the potential that resides within you. The peace, the wisdom, and the strength you seek are already there, just waiting to be uncovered through mindfulness, through acceptance, and through love. Lastly, I would invite you now, as you leave the Chronicles of Ethirea, to take with you a simple piece of wisdom. In every moment there is a choice to resist or to embrace, to rush or to breathe. Choose wisely and you will find that the greatest adventure lies not in the world around you, but in the world within. May you walk your path with peace, and may your journey be filled with the quiet wisdom that is always there, just waiting to be discovered.